Often in cinema you have men doing most of the violence, actually, and women who are violent tend more to be teenage girls. So we thought, why not have an adult woman who is violent just as is, without it being associated to, say, drugs or prostitution, but who just is violent when she's hurt. She lashes out rather than talking. So that was, in a way, the starting point of the film, and then it developed and evolved, but that was our starting point. The question was how to deal with that violence. When we wrote the screenplay, the most complex issue was what we do with this character, Margaret, and how this violence comes across through her character. So I worked on it with Ursula, and then with Antoine and the other members of the team who worked on the screenplay, who joined our team, because we asked ourselves questions that we wouldn't maybe have asked if we'd been writing a male part. So that was the unique thing about the starting point that we took. We were also shooting it during the pandemic. That was a big test for us. I mean, you see all the rigmarole we have here with corona measures and distancing and so on, but it was crazy when we were trying to actually make a film. We had to keep distance because, I tend to work very closely with actors. I love being with people. I love being physical with them, pushing them, if you like. So this sudden rule of social distancing was very difficult for me as a director because it sort of ran against the grain of making films. But I also ended up making use of it. I made myself learn what it's like to keep your distance. Well, I didn't hesitate at all before I took this part. First and foremost, I looked to see if there's a meeting of minds with the director. I could even take a film without reading, take a part without reading the screenplay if there were strong things, important things. If I really admired the vision of the director, their worldview, and when I had a coffee with Ursula, that just clicked. I hadn't seen her films yet, and I hadn't read the screenplay for this, but I said yes. And then I watched the films of hers that I had not managed to see before, and I really did like them. Valeria Bruni was an absolute dream to be working with her. And I told Ursula at the beginning, as we were writing the screenplay, that it would be fantastic if Valeria were to accept that part, because that character, Christina, is so complex. We'd need to have an amazing actress like Valeria, who's also such a multi-dimensional actress with many layers. Now, on the first day of shooting, Ursula said, "We're going to do the first scene." I thought, "Oh, right, okay." So I was kind of stressed out by that. But Valeria, gave me lots of things to work with, and so the tension dissipated. And I didn't ask myself too many questions after that. Playing, it's like the kind of play that children do. Now, Margaret allowed me in a way to access that. But yeah, it's right to mention that first scene because it's really a big bang for the film. It's violence exploding like fireworks. And it's in slow motion, the way that you see it. And you have continuous violence in the film that it wells up again from time to time. So I wanted the technical team as well as the actors to experience the violence. No, I'm talking about the first day. No, so we started with that scene to get straight into the subject matter. because it affects all of us. And then we're able to do the rest of the film having been through that.